Gwen, can you straighten it? Make sure.
Mom, it's my marker.
What?
While I was trying to do my homework, she stole it.
Charlie, is this Brigham's marker?
No.
Did you take it from him?
No.
Right. What is a mother to do?
No.
Thanks. Where do you go for parenting help? In years past, we've relied on our church and our parents to guide us in learning the ropes of parenting, only to be replaced in the last 20 years by contemporary theorists. For 3 payments of $69.99, you can have perfectly obedient children, guaranteed. I wonder if they let us return the children along with the program. Surely there is a place where creative parenting techniques of today are supported by solid principles laid down by our parents in faith. Well, now it is as easy as going to your computer and logging in to find a blend of the two. Traditional values and principles addressing the challenges of today's parents. And today I'd like to share with you that little gem. If you go to www.education.byu.edu/you can do this, and you'll never remember that, you will find the website that is sponsored by the David O. McKay School of Education at Brigham Young University, and they've put together a program called You Can Do This, and that's how you can find the program. And if you can Google You Can Do This, parenting, this website will actually come up. Of course, it's not a for-profit site, and so they don't advertise, but it does come up under there. It can be accessed by anyone. It is free of charge, and in coming to this website, the program itself is called You Can Do This, an approach to raising wonderful children. If you go to the home page, you'll find over on the left-hand side, you can download the video, which is a video of different families parents who have tried the different principles that they have come up with and how it has really helped their families. And this is what got my attention in the first place. I was watching a program, and this little half-hour thing came on with these testimonials of these parents where these techniques had made such a difference in their homes. But there was no phone number, no buy it now, nothing until the very end of the program. It was over, and I didn't know how to access it. But I remember they kept saying, "You can do this. You can do this." And I thought it was a little odd because it seemed to be used out of context, and when I Googled it, this is what I found, very excitedly. And also down under resources, it gives a list of parenting books and a list of articles that have been reviewed and used with their principles. And then it defines their mission statement. The David O. McKay School of Education has been developing principles and methods for providing positive behavior support to help children optimize their experience at school, and at the same time, these positive behavior support principles have been studied for their effect on helping parents and children achieve greater happiness in their families. You Can Do This, an approach to raising wonderful children, is a review of principles of positive behavior support from the perspective of the parents who use them and the researchers who develop them and study them. As we share these principles and positive actions, our hope is to reinforce your feeling that you can do this. And I hope you can remember that phrase. Over on the right-hand side of the website, there are 7 different tabs. And each one of these tabs, when exposed, reveals subcategories within those levels. The examples are building positive relationships, discipline versus punishment, today's challenges, which includes single parents, marital conflict, family dinner. And then there are 4 categories that are broken down by age group, from early years at 0 to 4, which includes sibling rivalry, new siblings, reading to your baby, to elementary school years, where some of the examples are dads reading to children, bullying, and sibling rivalry again, reading with elementary school children. Down here in the teen years, it addresses teen tantrums and homework. And toward independence for those 15-year-olds and up, curfew, swearing and bad language, and a few more. Down on the next tab, tools for families, you'll find teaching manners, making polite requests, stealing when others criticize, lying, ooh, could have used that one, facing addictions and family traditions. And then down under safety, there's even a tab that discusses internet safety for families. There was a total of 48 different subtopics that were addressed in these. And when you click on a subtopic, what you get, I'll go to building positive relationships. Let me go to be positive, their main theme. There are 4 tabs that run across the top here. The first one is you're not alone. It sets the tone for giving credibility to the issue and validating you that it actually is a problem. The big picture brings up things that help you see that issue, that problem, from a broader perspective. Teaching the language of praise, it discusses Dr. Suzuki, the creator of the Suzuki method of teaching, talk about children learn the language that they are brought up in. So Japanese children learn Japanese. Children that are brought up in a positive setting learn to speak positively. And I'll go into different kinds of positive praise. It needs to be sincere, specific, immediate. In this next tab, and that's the big picture, the next tab, things to try, these will be actual tools given. Notice the good. And there's a quote in here, can't say anything nice. In other words, when to say something and when to not say something. Plan it. It's a little area of planning ahead to give positive praise, because in the stress of daily life, it's not always easy to come up with those things. So if you're more prepared and you think about it, the importance of gratitude, teaching gratitude, modeling gratitude, praise reminders. There's actually a tool given, the idea of where a mom puts things around the house that are just kind of random, and those remind her to praise that child. It reminds her of, I have things all over the house, if I were to do that. Of course, the most interesting one that is usually the big hot topic when it comes to parenting is discipline versus punishment. Teaching is a better form of discipline. If you go to that category, it brings up the point, first it validates the problem, brings up the point that the word discipline comes from the Latin word disciplina, which means to teach. It talks about the importance of proactively teaching principles rather than reactively punishing for those. I thought a really cute point was, let's see, under here, create a safe environment, teach correct behavior, and children need to learn in a comfortable environment. Children rarely learn socially appropriate behaviors by being punished for misbehavior. It is true, sitting in timeout to think about it may not help Claire end up with new ideas beyond door slamming the next time she is frustrated. It gave me a new perspective on the timeout. So the next tab, things to try, we talked about that, and then there is hope. At the end of each subtopic, there's a category that is a good support, a few quotes, some support things that can make you feel empowered and encouraged in your role as a parent. So when you are at your wit's end, not knowing how to get Timmy or Charlie to appreciate honesty, give yourself a timeout and go sit down at the computer.